Welcome everybody to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today. And this week sees the release of the animated sequel Trolls World Tour hitting store shelves, along with Kino Lorber is releasing a Blu-ray edition of the 1990 sci-fi comedy Space Invaders, and Arrow Video is releasing a Blu-ray edition of the 1989 horror thriller Black Rainbow, plus much more. So let's go see the deals, exclusives, and we're at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. All right, everybody, we are in at Walmart here with this display for Trolls World Tour. Look at this. Not bad. Look at that. Really nice display, actually. First display we've seen in a little while. Not half bad, guys. And the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Dance Party Edition for Trolls World Tour. And I'm assuming the DVD for 1996. They also have the 4K Ultra HD version for $27.96. Now it's interesting because they have that for $27.96. They also have over here the Blu-ray DVD digital for $24.96. So they have that, but that's not it, guys. They also end up having this 2-movie collection of Trolls and Trolls World Tour for $27.96 as well. And also, they have this huge exclusive limited edition gift set only at Walmart for the Dance Party Edition, also for $27.96 as well. Now, this comes with the Blu-ray, DVD, digital, and the Funko Pop keychains. They have these two for the Queen and her friend there, so they have those Funko Pop keychains as well. Not bad. I know some people really like the Funko Pop stuff, so occasionally, and again, we don't see a lot of exclusives sometimes at Walmart, but every now and again we do, and I'm actually shocked to kind of see it for Trolls World Tour of all things, but hey, Funko Pop keychains, maybe they're cool for the kids. So they do have that right there. Actually, not bad. It's been a while since we've seen that exclusive at Walmart. But I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime. All right, and okay, so first off, I can't say I never watched the first film, because I watched bits and pieces of it, but it had been a really long time since I watched like bits and pieces here and bits and pieces there. So it's been a while for me, guys. I remember liking parts of it and groaning at other parts and thinking it's not for me. And so when Trolls World Tour sort of came around and I saw the trailer, I'm like, this is not for me at all. This is mainly a kids thing, but you know me, I still wanted to give it a chance, guys. So after watching the movie, it's very bright, it's very colorful, the characters are very likable and lovable, and it's all really superficial. It honestly is, but it's superficial only because it's not made for me. You know what I mean? It's made for kids. Like when I watched the movie, there's nothing about it that really screams out that it's made for a guy like me. You know, it's basically, you know, when I was watching the movie, I think the best way to describe it is like it's all the colors of the rainbow just puked all over the screen. I mean, really, it is. And I think the reason why is because little kids' attention spans are very, very small, man. Their attention spans are like in the blink of an eye and it's gone. So you need to do everything in your power to keep them hooked on what they're watching. And with Trolls World Tour, they just splash every color on the screen. Anything to keep the kids, like, focused on it and awake and interested in what they're seeing. There is some really great themes in here. Great themes of, like, accepting people for who they are and the differences and how we may disagree with one another, but you know, we can be respectful. There's good themes here. The characters are likable enough, but it wasn't made for me, man. And I want to reconcile that. It's just not made for a guy like me. It's made for kids. And at the end of the day, it was a colorful watch. It was colorful. It was beautiful to look at. The animation is wonderful here. I will give it that. But there's nothing for adults to really hold on to here. It's mainly for kids. It's a time waster of an hour and a half for kids to watch, and the parents can go and do something and just plop the kid in front of the TV and be like, hey, Trolls World Tour, yay. You know, so that's pretty much what it is, guys. But it's not terrible. If you have little kids, it's worth it for them, but I don't think there's really any redeeming value for adults here. That's just my opinion, man. I mean, definitely let me know what you guys think. Like, it's beautiful to look at. All the colors of the rainbow just splash onto the screen, but that's all it's got going for it, really, guys. I mean, just be honest with you. But if you have kids, it might be worth it, man. But honestly, they have a lot here. Like I said, the DVD, the Blu-ray, they have the 4K. They have the 2-movie collection here as well for all you Trolls fans out there. And they also have the exclusive Funko Pop keychains as well. So there's a lot here to offer this time around at Walmart. I'm actually kind of shocked. Usually there's not this much, but color me surprised, man, for Trolls World Tour of all things. Kind of crazy interesting, but I guess well worth it, guys. All right, well, interesting so far. Let's see what else Walmart's got. Alright, guys, we're over in this little area over here, and the reason why I'm over here is because they actually have some interesting sort of VHS cover Mill Creek stuff, which is really cool, man. Usually we see this stuff over at Best Buy, but this time around over at Walmart, which is really cool. The first thing I'm seeing over here is they have Roxanne with Steve Martin and Daryl Hannah for $7.50 on Blu-ray with that retro VHS. That's really cool, man. I love that. With those stickers and everything. Very nice. Look at that. Awesome, dude. God, this movie's a blast from the fucking past. Holy shit. God. You know what, man? Honestly, I actually really like Roxanne a lot, man. I really honestly do. I think when a lot of people think of Steve Martin movies, they don't really think about Roxanne. It's not one that really comes to mind. Like they'll think of Father of the Bride, or they'll think of The Jerk and stuff, but not really Roxanne, man. Now, I will admit, Roxanne is really weird, dude. Roxanne is really odd. Basically, Steve Martin here, if I can kind of zoom in, he has a huge, gigantic fucking nose, and it's just something that he's lived with forever. It's just a part of him. You can't get rid of it unless he gets a nose job or something, and he's just sort of the nicest guy in the town. People love him, and this one guy who really likes this woman kind of employs Steve Martin's character to kind of help her fall in love with him, and it's just sort of the comedy of the romance of it, and him trying to help the other guy court her. It's kind of an odd comedy. It really honestly is, but I actually really like it, man. I like Steve Martin here. I like Daryl Hannah. I think she's actually really good in here. Very, very beautiful as well. I will admit, dude, it's an odd film, dude, and I like Steve Martin, so I enjoy it, but if you guys don't know much about Steve Martin and go into this film like, why does this guy have a huge, gigantic fucking nose? And all you're focused on is the nose, and I think you're kind of losing the comedy of it. I mean, yes, they do a lot of stuff with like the long nose comedy, and you know, they sort of play it for what it's worth, but I think the movie's more than that, actually. I think Steve Martin is a comedic genius, so for me, I think he makes it work. I think other actors who would have done this role with a huge nose, I don't think they could have pulled it off as well as Steve Martin did. It's an odd movie, but I really enjoyed it. It's kind of heartwarming, very funny, very romantic, with a guy with a long nose like Woody Woodpecker or Pinocchio or something. Very weird, dude. But it's actually kind of fun, dude. That's actually really cool. They have that. They also end up having Wow, man, they have Girls Just Wanna Have Fun for $7.50. Jesus, man, this is another fucking blast from the past movie that I hadn't seen in a long ass time, dude. That's really cool that they put this out. And again, so some really cool stickers. That's all they really want, is to have fun. Duh. Oh, that's really cool, man. Cool, like retro VHS stuff. Nice, man. I got to admit, this is another one like Roxanne, which is just a real blast from the fucking past, dude. The last time I saw this movie, no lie, guys, I saw this movie on VHS like decades ago, man. I haven't watched this thing in a long ass time, but it's got some really great actresses in it. Sarah Jessica Parker and Helen Hunt. Some really great names that would go on to like do some really great stuff. Shannon Doherty is in here. Jonathan Silverman. I gotta tell you, I don't think this is a movie that many people talk about, is Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I don't think many people go out of their way to talk about this. I don't think many people honestly remember Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I mean, it's been so long since I've seen it. I do remember the movie. It's one of the first major roles for Sarah Jessica Parker, Helen Hunt. Really great, fun movie. Is it kind of like superficial, cheesy 80s? Yeah, I would say that, guys. But you want to know what? I think it's really fun movie. I think it's fun to go in the Wayback Machine and look at Sarah Jessica Parker and Helen Hunt and some of these actors and actresses when they're really young, way before they hit it big in other areas like Sex and the City and Mad About You and stuff like that. God. Wow, this is actually be something I might want to revisit at some point because, wow. I remember having fun with it, but that was like back in the VHS days, dude, when, you know, like, you were just watching whatever shit you could find, man. Damn. I gotta admit, I really love the 80s. My girlfriend kind of shits all over me. She's like, oh, you in the 80s. I love the 80s, dude. I don't know. The 80s to me was so feel good. And it's movies like Girls Just Want to Have Fun that really encapsulate the world of the 80s to me. And it's just a fun flick, man. It's really cool to see that here, man. God, it's such a blast, man. Holy shit, dude. And then the other thing I'm seeing is they do have the Chuck Norris movie Silent Rage in that retro VHS slip as well. Very nice. Look at that, man. Now, it has been a while since I've seen Silent Rage, to be honest with you. It's been a while. I do remember really liking it, but again, it's been one of those long-ass times that I haven't checked this film out. And to be fair, I like Chuck Norris, but Chuck Norris is not my favorite sort of movie action guy. Like, you know, I'll take Stallone over him. I'll take Schwarzenegger. You know, heck, I'm more of even a Dolph Lundgren guy over Chuck Norris. But the thing about it is I respect Chuck Norris, and he's done a lot of really great, solid, wonderful action movies that really have to be respected, man. And he's still one of the great sort of action martial artist movie guys that ever will be. Let's be real. Whether you like him or hate him, you gotta respect the guy, man. Martial arts master versus superhuman killing machine. I remember really liking this, though. It's been a long ass time, dude. I know we've seen this before. I think we saw this at like Best Buy a long time back, but I gotta admit, it's really cool for Walmart to have these, man. It's really cool, dude. I mean, there's only a few of them. So there's Silent Rage, there's Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and Roxanne, but the fact that they have them here is really cool, dude. I mean, like I said, we've seen a bunch of them before at Best Buy, and now seeing some of that stuff here at Walmart. I hope to see more like cool little like boutique label stuff. We're seeing more of that at some of these Walmarts, which is really cool, dude. But wow, some real blast from the past stuff, dude. Really interesting, man. Nice. Was not expecting that here. I think that about does it over here, guys. Very interesting stuff indeed. Well, at least this week. Let's head out of here. So I knew we'd see something this week, guys. I knew we'd see something here at Walmart. Why? Because Trolls World Tour is a big release, and it's a big kids release, and of course all these stores are going to go out of their way to really like drum up the business for physical media and like, hey kids, look, if you're, you know, interested in big, you know, fun animation, colorful things, then they have it here for sure. So why not pick it up? And also, it's one of those things where the parents are sort of like driving with their carts, and like the kids are like, Mom, Mommy, 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 and they sort of pick it up, and the kids are like, fine, it's an hour and a half, so fine, whatever. I was actually surprised how much stuff they actually have for Trolls World Tour. I mean, they have the Blu-ray, they have the DVD, they have the 4K, they have the 2 movie collection, they have this Funko exclusive. They have a lot of stuff, man, for Trolls World Tour. Of all movies, that one, man, hey, whatever. At least they have some cool stuff to look at this week, man. On top of that, some of the cool, like, VHS slipcover, like, boutique label releases, which this Walmart rarely ever carries nowadays. So the fact that they had it, I had to show it off for you guys in a big bad way, man. I'm really glad that they have that. It's one of the lesser Walmarts. They still have a long way to go to actually get as much of the physical media out than we've seen at other Walmarts. But I got to admit, guys, it is a slight improvement, and I'm very happy for that indeed. At least they're doing their due diligence to put out some of the physical media, and for that, I am eternally grateful, guys. Eternally, for sure. Hope you guys enjoyed it, all the Trolls World Tour craziness. Let's head to the next location and see what we can find. All right, everybody, we are at our second location, Target. But before we go in, first of all, I wanted to say that I actually did end up buying Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I did. I was like, my God, I hadn't seen it in a long time, and it's a blast from the fucking past, and if I don't do it, God, I'm going to be pissed off, because I kind of want to really watch it again. So, yes, I did buy it, man. And by the way, this is not a Mill Creek title. I kind of thought it was, because they do a lot of these sort of retro VHS ones, but no, it actually comes from RLJE Films, or Image Entertainment. So it's kind of weird. Other people are sort of getting in the game of VHS style covers. It's not a new thing. Mill Creek mainly does it, but it's nice to see other people getting into that love. So yes, I did pick up Girls Just Want to Have Fun, because, sometimes guys just want to see girls having fun. Duh. But, when I was purchasing that movie, I was really thinking about something, man. And I was thinking about preserving physical media. Now, I know it sounds strange saying that, preserving movies through physical media, but it really is the truth, man. Because I saw an article recently about Tina Fey saying that they're going to get rid of a lot of these certain shows from the 30 Rock series where characters were in blackface, and they're going to get rid of it on some of these streaming platforms. And even I saw something on Facebook about there was a Golden Girls episode where Blanche was like praising the Confederate flag or something, and people were like up in arms, and dude, I get it, man. I get it. I really do, man. Like, this is like really bad, man. Like, I get that it's really embarrassing for some of these people to look back on these episodes and be like, oh God, what the fuck were we thinking? Like, I get it, but to just erase it makes literally no sense to me. I had a conversation with a coworker of mine, and he was extremely passionate, because we were talking about certain movies and certain TV stuff, and he's like, yeah, get rid of them all, man. Get rid of them. Let them go. And I'm like thinking, you can't just do that. They're part of history. And to just get rid of it, you're never going to learn from it. You're just going to make the same mistakes constantly over and over again, or you're going to make different mistakes that may be even worse. Like, to just get rid of it for the sake of getting rid of it, we can learn from our mistakes, but to just erase it is really wrong. And that's why owning this stuff on physical media is really important. And I always stress it to you guys. It honestly is incredibly important, man. Because, look, dude, I hate to say it's censorship. It really is. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there that I don't agree with. Certain movies and TV stuff I don't agree with. The messaging and everything like that. But I understand that to just censor it and get rid of it is also a problem as well. It really honestly is, man. And I just don't think censorship is the right way. But the problem is on a Netflix or on an iTunes or anything like that, they can write a little bit of code and get rid of an episode or something. That's it. When you have the physical media copy, they're not going into your home and storming, your collection and getting rid of stuff. You own it. It's yours, man. And in order to fight some of this just erasing history is really the fact of owning the disc. That's what it is, man. Whether it's Gone with the Wind or Tropic Thunder or some of this other stuff, episodes of some of your favorite shows, it's important to own the physical media copy because that's what's gonna keep it alive. That these streaming services can get something out of the way in a drop of a hat. With physical media, you're guaranteed to keep it around and it will still live on that format. And that's why I still believe physical media is still hugely important to this day, man. I still honestly do. It's just really interesting. People are passionate on both sides, but to just get rid of it is the wrong thing. And these streaming services that just go ahead and do it, I understand why that's the case, but to have it on physical media is really important, man, and it preserves it. When other people are saying to get rid of it, and when all else is lost and you can't find it, you will find it on physical media. I guarantee you guys. So definitely remember that, man. Anytime you're fighting the man, physical media is the best option. It really honestly is, truthfully. Definitely let me know what you guys think of that. In the meantime, well, with Target, look, hey, we did see things at the lesser Walmart, so I'm hoping we got some good stuff here at Target. Let's hope, man. Maybe some exclusives? You never know until we head inside, so let's give it a go and see what they got. All right, everybody, we are at Target with this display for Trolls World Tour. Very nice. Look at that. Not half bad. Same thing on the other side as well right there. And the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the DVD Dance Party Edition, baby, for $19.99. They also have the Blu-ray DVD Digital for $24.99. Now, I don't see the 4K or anything over here. And they also have this exclusive, only at Target edition, which features the Art of Trolls World Tour filmmaker book, and you kind of see what it looks like on the inside. I don't see any editions of that over here on this side. I don't see any editions over here, and I don't see any editions over on this side either. They may actually be wiped of it. They might. I'm not sure. Kind of interesting, but for the moment, they do have the Blu-ray, and then they have the DVD as well. Now, I want to make it very clear, guys. I mean, I really honestly do, that I don't hate the movie. I really don't hate the film. I just honestly think that we can do better in giving some entertainment to kids. I really honestly do feel that way. Something that's better for a message, something that's a little bit more meaningful. Because I've actually been honestly surprised in the last year or two about some really great kids movies that really even touch me as an adult. Like movies like Coco, Onward, of course, really got to me in a big bad way. But even that, the Disney movies that I grew up with as a kid, those are really fantastic. Little Mermaid and Dumbo and Sleeping Beauty and Cinderella and all that stuff. But even more modern day stuff like the Toy Story series or Up or Wall-E, stuff like that I really do enjoy, that has entertainment for both kids and adults. There's a great message there, and it's a movie that I think you can grow up with and still enjoy even as a teenager or a young adult and still get a lot of entertainment out of it. When I see something like Trolls World Tour, like I said, it's not that I hate the film. I think it's a decent film. It's good for little kids, but outside of that, I don't know if it really has much more value other than that. It's sort of, a few watches when you're little, but this is a movie you tend to grow out of. I mean, they even have something like this, you look at How to Train Your Dragon, that series. I think you can still enjoy a series like this as you get older. With Minions, I'm not so sure about something like Minions either. I think Minions is a little bit better than Trolls World Tour, but I think it's still very superficial in just only a finite amount of time for kids to enjoy it, and then that's it. It's done and over with. With some of the old school Disney stuff, or even something like an Onward, which is amazing, that is a movie that you'll still enjoy years later as an adult in like your 40s and 50s. I don't see a lot of 40s and 50-year-olds really going out of their way to enjoy Trolls World Tour. I could be wrong, man, but I just want more meaningful entertainment for kids, and not just like this one-time watch. I want something that they're going to be able to grow up with and enjoy for generations to come. I just don't see Trolls World Tour doing that. Like I said, it's not a bad movie. I like some of the messaging here. The animation is fantastic. But it is for a finite amount of kids, and after that I just don't see Trolls really expanding its space, which is kind of weird because, you know, Trolls is a huge brand. I mean, there's Christmas specials, there's holiday specials, there's toys, and there's games, and there's merchandise up the ass for Trolls. But I think it's all to service the really little kid. It's not really to service young adults or older teens or young adults. I just don't see that. Again, I think if you're a really good movie series, if you have a really good message to say and something that really can be really great across the board for adults and kids, then I think that message gets across better than something like Trolls. I'm curious as to what you guys think. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think that there's more meaning to Trolls World Tour, that it expands its base more than just the little kids? Or do you think it's only a finite amount of kids that are really going to enjoy this, and after that they grow up and Trolls World Tour is really forgotten? I mean, definitely let me know what you think, guys. I'm definitely dying to know. Definitely let me know about that one. Very interesting, man. Now, again, we're definitely going to see if we can find this Target edition. I'm not sure whether they're going to have it, but we're definitely going to see if we can find it. And again, I don't see the 4K here at all. So they do have some options, but not sure what exactly we'll find or whatnot. But we'll definitely keep on looking. But, well, let's see what else Target's got. All right, we are on the other side with the new releases over here, guys. And yes, they actually do have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital of Trolls World Tour. They have that for $27.99. They do have at least one copy of this. This must be going fast, man. Of the only a Target edition Blu-ray DVD digital with that booklet inside. You can kind of see that the booklet is in there as well. It's $26.99. If you guys can live without the booklet, then you know, then you get the regular Blu-ray DVD for only $24.99. Depends on if you're interested in it. I kind of feel like we're going to get a lot of exclusives for Trolls. Like, we got that one with the Funkos at Walmart. We got this with the filmmaker booklet. Kind of curious what Best Buy will have, but we'll definitely kind of keep a lookout on that one, guys. So if you're interested in the filmmaker booklets, and Target definitely does a lot of those, then give that one a look. I'm sure the kids are going to be really fascinated by that one, guys. Then we also over here have the Blu-ray digital of that 2-movie collection as well for $32.99. So if you don't own the first Trolls, they have it with a combo set there with that 2-movie collection. But that's not it, guys. They also end up having a little bit more to show off, actually. And they have this DVD of Hope Gap for $9.99. Actually surprised. Usually they don't have much to show off, but here they actually do. Kind of crazy, man. With Annette Bening, Bill Nye, and Josh O'Connor. I have not heard of this one, honestly. Not bad cast, actually. The intimate, intense, and loving story of Hope Gap charts the life of... Oh, that's interesting. Very dramatic. Actually looks good, man. I gotta admit, man, I really love Annette Bening, and she doesn't do a lot anymore. I think the last thing I saw her in was Captain Marvel, and I thought she was decent in that. I remember her from way back in the day, man. Movies like like Dick Tracy and some of that other stuff she's done. She was really good. And in fact, actually, interesting trivia is when Tim Burton did Batman Returns, Annette Bening was originally supposed to be Catwoman. She was cast and everything, and one day she goes into Tim Burton's office and she just outright said, "Hey, look, I'm pregnant." And he was, well, first of all, he was stunned. I mean, second of all, he was really happy for her because he's like, great, having a kid is a wonderful thing, but she couldn't do the movie, and in came Michelle Pfeiffer. What would it have been like with Annette Bening as Catwoman? I guess we'll never know. Maybe in an alternate reality it happened, but kind of an interesting thing of what would have been had Annette Bening been Catwoman. But no, I actually really like her, man. And Bill Nighy, I really love Bill Nighy, man. I'm a big fan of his, whether it's Shaun of the Dead or the Underworld films that he was in. He was one of the best parts of the Underworld films. I mean, come on, man. He's really good. And in fact, I really love him in most anything he does. I recently saw him in that period piece movie Emma. And not that I love that movie, but I thought he was the best part of it. I really like him a lot, man. Interesting sort of dramatic movie. Doesn't look that bad. That, and then they also have the DVD of The Lost Husband for $9.99. This is another new one that I have not heard of. Lost Husband with Leslie Bibb and Josh Duhamel, based on the best-selling novel It's Never Too Late to Find Yourself. I would definitely agree with that. I would indeed. Well, into the story of a woman attempting to put her life back together after the death of her husband, and she moved with her children. Finding herself and finding love again. Okay. Typical type of romance movie, I suppose. With Leslie Bibb, she always reminded me of a generic version of Katherine Heigl. Is it just me? Like that's the thing. Like I really get with her. I'm always like, I never really was like, oh, she's sort of. If you can't get Katherine Heigl, you get Leslie Bibb, right? Oh, I mean, I don't love Leslie Bibb. She's done a few roles I've liked her in, I liked her in a small role that she did in The Babysitter, a really small role. I like that. I really liked her in Trick or Treat, that horror anthology flick. I really liked her in that too. But and she had like a small role in Iron Man, which take it or leave it. But I wasn't a big fan of her. And Josh Duhamel, man, Josh Duhamel back in the day, dude, he blowed up big time, man. I mean, all those Transformers movies. And then he did more Transformers movies, and then more Transformers movies. Yeah, maybe he should have stopped after a while. He's done a lot of these sort of chintzy romance movies that some of them just aren't really all that great, and they're very like soap opera like. I mean, I did recently like him not too long ago in Love, Simon. I think he was actually really good in that, but yeah, he sort of went downhill in his career too. Kind of crazy actually. Doesn't look bad, but just kind of one of those by the numbers romance drama movies. You know what I mean? Okay, well, it's interesting that they definitely had more here than I was expecting, which is not bad actually. Pretty good. And it's nice to see that we at least saw the exclusive as well. Well, what they have left probably will sell out though, guys. Interesting. All right. Well, I think that does about Target. Let's head out. Much better than usual, guys. Much better indeed. Oh, let's be real, guys. The last few weeks here at Target has been absolutely abysmal. It's been really bad, man. So I kind of knew that this week was going to be a little bit of a bounce back, considering that Trolls World Tour is definitely a big family-friendly movie. Stores are definitely going to go out of their way to get a lot of copies in, and indeed it is the truth. But even more than that, they had a couple of interesting like indie dramas that I was not expecting them to carry. Usually they're just about sort of the big releases and that's it. Semi-rarely do we ever see some of the more smaller stuff, but I figure, hey, might as well get in a little bit more physical media while we're at it, right? Hey, that's never a bad thing, guys. So we should praise Target for that, for sure, man. You know, like I said, these past few weeks have been really rough. Is this the start of a turnaround for Target? Oh, I kind of highly doubt it, guys. I think we're still in sort of rough water territory, but things might start to be looking up just a little bit. And for that, I'm definitely glad, man. And it's nice to see an exclusive here as well. 2 for 2 on exclusives, not half bad. Hope you enjoyed it here and some of the variety. A little bit different for a change, for sure, guys. Let's head to the next location and see what we can find. All right, everybody. We are at our third location, the second Walmart. We're going to go in and check out if there's any interesting new indie titles to give a look to. But before we do that, I wanted to talk about a trailer with you guys that came out not too long ago, and that is American Pickle. Oh boy, man. I wanted to kind of talk about this one. Now, I've heard about this movie, this sort of Seth Rogen indie flick, and the trailer got released, and boy is it really interesting, man. Basically, the idea behind it is that this man who wants to make a life for himself many decades ago, you know, I believe in, like, you know, 1910s or 1920s or something like that, when, you know, you're trying to make a life for yourself, and you're, you know, wanting to go to America to prosper. And he has his wife, and everything seems to be going good with him. He has a job in a pickle factory, and one day he falls in the vat of pickles, and what ends up happening is that he ends up getting preserved by the pickle juice. Like, the pickle juice literally preserves the guy, and decades later, he is finally resurrected from the pickle juice, is completely intact, completely preserved, and he now is getting acquainted with his, like, great grandson or something like that, and who looks, by the way, like Seth Rogen, because it is Seth Rogen. And it's one generation learning about the other. It's, you know, a fish out of water story. It's a story about family, and it's a story about, you know, being who you are and standing up for yourself. And my God, it's a lot of things, man. But it all is based on the premise of a guy being preserved in pickle juice perfectly. Okay, you know what, man? I've seen some weird shit, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I have seen some really weird and bizarre and out there shit. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff, man. And okay, somebody's fallen in a vat of pickle juice and gets preserved. Okay, let's fly with it, man. That being said, I really like the trailer. I think it's really good. And it reminds me of almost like a movie that would be written by Charlie Kaufman or something. You know, the duality of a family, the generational divide, the gap, him learning about modern technology, him still giving him his like great grandson, like, life lessons that still apply to today. Like, there's a lot of things going for the movie, right? I think it could be really good acting wise for Seth Rogen. It looks funny, it looks sweet, it looks heartwarming, dramatic. It has all of the elements in the recipe. Now, it's coming to HBO Max next month. And this was originally supposed to hit movie theaters. It was supposed to, and the whole coronavirus thing happened, and, you know, certain studios are just selling off titles like crazy, and American Pickle was one of them that went to HBO Max. Now, look, at the end of the day, I'm going to admit to you guys, you can argue with me about like certain movies that need to come to theaters and that they need to be there because, you know, big tentpole movies. But a movie like American Pickle, I'm fine with it coming to HBO Max. I have no problem with it. I know some people are like, well, it would have been cool to see it on the big screen. And yeah, to a certain extent, it could have been cool. But you know what, man? I'm fine with this just going on HBO Max because I don't know if it would have made a lot of money otherwise. I just really don't know, man. I mean, there's an opportunity that it could have made a lot of money, but I just see it as one of those movies that would just get dumped in a few theaters and it getting a very small release window, and that's it. Especially with so many movies now that are kind of sort of vying for release dates, to try to fit in American Pickle is like, it's just not gonna work, dude. So I'm fine with it coming to HBO Max. I think the movie looks really good. I was skeptical when I first heard the synopsis. I was like, what the hell is this gonna be? How is this gonna actually work? But it actually kind of surprises me. The movie looks fun and it looks interesting. And look, at the end of the day, I like Seth Rogen. I really do. I mean, he's not my favorite comedic actor, but I think he does better than Will Ferrell and even better than sort of Adam Sandler does. So honestly, for me, man, I am on board with this, and I'm on board with him doing this role, doing a little bit of funny versus dramatic. I'm okay with it, man. So for me, yeah, I think this one is gonna work. I have a feeling about it. Definitely let me know what you guys think of American Pickle. In the meantime, well, this Walmart is full of surprises, and let's hope it is again this time. Let's check it out. We interrupt this video for some breaking news. I screwed up yet again, guys. What a shocker of a lifetime, right? Oh boy, yeah. So the next two places that I went to, I did not wear the gloves. Okay, I did not wear them. I had it in my back pocket and I just totally forgot about it. And that's my bad. It's honestly my bad, guys. And the reason why I didn't this time around, and I feel so bad that I forget from time to time and just put it in my back pocket, knowing that I'm gonna put it on when I get into the store, have it, and then somehow I forget I have it in my back pocket. I'm like, oh boy, forgot my rubber. Look, man, today was like 95-degree heat. It was crazy. It was nuts, man. And I was literally having a hard time breathing in the mask when I was outside. I could barely think to myself. And when I was inside, a lot of these places unfortunately did not have the air conditioning on. And so you're in a crowd of people, you're trying to talk with the mask on, and I'm literally pouring sweat. And so I can't think to save my life, man. And I'm just trying to do my best to get through the video and to, you know, deal with like this kids screaming and, you know, people, you know, still having time off from July 4th weekend and so many things. You know, so I forgot, man. I am sorry. I apologize. I know this is like the second time that I've apologized, but I really do, from the bottom of my heart, apologize about that, guys. You know, it was only until after that I realized, oh God, I forgot about it. And then I thought about, oh my God, should I go back and refilm the parts of the video that, you know, I did? And I thought, God, I don't know if I really want to do that, man. I got to go back in and try to breathe through the mask and suddenly I'm like, I'm just overheating and there were times when I was doing the video that I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking pass out. Like it's like 95-degree heat and I don't do well in the heat and I'm just downing water like like I'm drowning. And I'm like, oh my God, man. So sometimes doing these videos is really unglamorous and you just feel like you're like pouring sweat like coming down your face, like water is just literally pouring from your head, and just trying to compose yourself and doing these videos with like screaming kids all over the place, and people bothering you, or people sort of looking at you like, the fuck, what are they doing? Yeah, stuff like that. And you're just like, mind your own fucking business, please. So, yeah, guys, I had some difficulties this time around, and out of everything, I forgot the gloves. Forgot my rubbers. Sorry, guys, I apologize. Look, man, you know, I bring the sanitizer with me, and I put that on always before I go in, and after I take off the gloves, I throw away the gloves that I use, and I have new ones that I put in. So, hey, look, I'm not perfect. I'm just saying I'm not perfect, guys, and I will screw up from time to time, and this is another one of those screw-ups. I'm sorry. I apologize yet again. I will try my best to remember to wear the gloves, and I do 99.9% of the time do remember, but sometimes I forget my rubbers, and I gotta start remembering to put them on before going into the store rather than while I'm in the store. Alright, guys, I apologize again, and just remember, guys, never forget your rubbers. You never know when you'll need them. Alright, back to the video. Alright, guys, we are in at the second Walmart, and there seems to be a few things to check out. A couple things that are missing, but a couple things to give a look to. And the first thing I'm seeing is they have the DVD digital of The Legion. Courage Conquers All, with Mickey Rourke and Bai Ling. My God, man, what a fucking duo that is. Jesus Christ. Bai Ling and Mickey Rourke. Really? Holy shit. Goddamn, man. Oh, wow. Looks like sort of a medieval war type of flick. Mission of survival. Mickey Rourke and Bai Ling starting this epic tale of courage. During the time of the Romans there. I mean, it doesn't sound half bad, but man, it's been a while since I've seen Mickey Rourke and Bai Ling in anything, especially Bai Ling. Man, I used to love Mickey Rourke, dude. Back in the day, Mickey Rourke was the man. Even like, God, it has to have been like a long time ago since like The Wrestler came out. The Wrestler was really great. And I know people shit on him in Iron Man 2, but I happen to like Rourke in Iron Man 2. He's good. I like him, man. But he's kind of went downhill a lot, man. He used to be so much better back in the day, and then he got that plastic surgery, and his face got all messed up, and he went down the shitter. He's still good. I mean, I like him as Marv in Sin City. There's a few things I've liked him in, but he's so much better, man. And Bai Ling? Damn, man. Bai Ling, dude, that chick is nuts. And if you guys don't believe me, you know, do your research, man. Do your due diligence and check that chick out. She is fucking crazy, man. She really is odd, dude. And I mean, I remember when she was doing like movies early on, and she was doing it because she was really attractive and people liked her. And then you realize how fucking nuts she is, and how much of a pain in the ass she is on set. And I think people started to ditch her and not like her. I mean, I saw her. God, she was in an episode of Lost that I did enjoy. She was in one of the Crank movies, and she is so batshit crazy in that Crank movie, dude. She's all kinds of insanity, man. Mickey Rourke and Bai Ling teaming up together in a medieval war movie. I don't know how this one is, but it's, god damn it, it must be at least somewhat fascinating, dude. Shit, man. Got that. They also got, Tooth Fairy, Root of Evil. Forget the pillow. She'll help herself. Look at that, great. You know, I used to complain back in the day when I was a kid of like, okay, I only get a quarter. Really? And I guess a quarter beats death. So, fuck it. I'll take the quarter, shit. You know, if I save up enough quarters, I may able to get some bubble gum. The only thing I'll fucking get, and then I'll rot my teeth more. Yay! Oh, Lord. Man, that chick would scare the teeth off of me, man. Look at that shit. Oh, the Lord, man. What is this about? I don't know about what happened to him as a child. Corey has all but repressed. Oh, it's kind of cool. So there's killings. People think that it's him, but it's really not. It's actually the Tooth Fairy that's coming after all their teeth. Oh, man. You know, I really love these sort of tales and everything of like these people that are supposed to be sweet and yet you turn them into something really terrifying and evil. They've done it with a lot of stuff, man. Heck, they've even done like a horror anthology where they even did some sort of evil stuff with like the Easter Bunny before. So they've done some things with some of these ones where it can be truly terrifying or it could be really cheesy as shit, man. I don't know where this one lies. I have a feeling it lies somewhere in between. Like, it's kind of cool, but yet it's kind of cheesy, and the Tooth Fairy looks really bad somewhere there. I do have to admit, though, the cover is great, though, man. But a lot of these B movies, man, they have great fucking covers, dude. That they also have a Shudder original, Beelzebub. Evil has arisen. Oh, look at that. How sweet the baby is until it, attacks you and rips out your goddamn throat. But until then, absolutely sweet. Sweet and purely innocent. Purely. Look at that. Oh, look at Tobin Bell there. Looking like his most, crazy frightening. Possession films. Special edition. Sounds interestingly enough. I mean, there's so many possession films out there. There's so many. God. The Last Exorcism, The Devil Inside, stuff like that. Even with the frightening baby stuff, Rosemary's Baby and It's Alive and everything. It's kind of taking the possession angle and sort of the evil child stuff, like something like The Omen, and kind of combining it into the ultimate evil, I guess. I like the cover, though. The cover looks good, and I do like Tobin Bell. It kind of feels like Tobin Bell is sort of trading off of his name from the Saw series. He's a good actor. I've seen him on the X-Files, and I saw him on that Creepshow TV show not too long back. I saw him on there. He's a good actor, but he'll always be known as Jigsaw Man, and he's kind of trading his name in the horror community to get more work. Hey, whatever. If you can do that and still make money, why the hell not, man? I have heard some people tell me that some Shudder originals are really good and other ones not so much. Definitely let me know what you think of this one. Cover looks good, though. They got The Lost Husband. They also have The Eastern Front, Point of No Return, 1945. This is Hell on Earth. Not bad cover, actually. It's pretty cool. Disillusioned by War. Yeah, that doesn't look that bad. Kind of one of those, soldier war movies, battling the enemy, surviving type of thing. I gotta tell you, it seems like every single week or every few weeks we see a ton of these, man. There's always something coming out. And as I told you guys before, I like war movies. I like a really good war movie. The problem is that unless you have the budget behind you, you're not gonna be really good at it, because you got to do the war scenes really good, the manpower, the weaponry. You got to have a lot of production value. If you don't, it's going to come off a little chintzy. from the cover, it looks really cool, man. But again, we've been fooled by cover, so looks interesting enough, though. And then over here, ooh, The Scientist. Look at this. There is no cure for the undead. And look, you know, by the way, this is the first horror villain that I've seen on any of these motherfucking covers over the weeks now that is actually wearing a mask and is supporting the masking up of America to get rid of coronavirus. Well done. Well done, America. You know, we finally have gotten our horror villains to wear masks. Oh, fantastic. Oh boy. A leading edge scientist versus all legal and moral boundaries as he struggles to care for his dying wife. It doesn't look half bad, honestly. Regeneration cells. You know what it kind of reminds me? It has sort of a feel of like Resident Evil almost. Like sort of almost like what a prequel to Resident Evil would be. Like this scientist tries to cure his wife and you know, he's trying to find a cure and he accidentally raises the undead and all hell breaks loose. It's almost kind of like an unofficial sequel to like Resident Evil would be or something. Very interesting. Sort of like a like infection movie turned into like a zombie undead flick. Kind of sounds interesting. It kind of has a little bit of maybe even like a found footage type of flavor, like something like Diary of the Dead or something. Actually, not half bad. I love the cover though, man. I love the cover. The evil is wearing the N95 mask to stop the spread of the infection. Kind of like what we're doing now. Life imitating art. Dun dun dun. Oh boy. That doesn't look half bad though. Now there's a couple things missing here as well. There was a couple more indie titles that seemed to be released this week that they don't have. But other than that, they do have a decent amount of stuff to check out this week. And of course, they still have all that wonderful Shout Factory and Scream Factory goodness as well. Some really good stuff here too. In fact, I am seeing over here they have, which I didn't show off last week, they have Red Sonja for $5. Look at this motherfucker. I haven't seen this thing in years. Man, a woman and a warrior that became legend. My God, man, this is an old school movie. Sword and sorcery and battling movie. Fantastic, man. I saw this movie. Shit, man. I think I saw this movie like, God, I have to say like back in the VHS days. I had to have watched it. Yeah, man. Like, you know, Arnold was big at that point, you know, and I'm watching him and I'm watching, you know, hey, if Arnold's in it, I'll watch it. What the fuck? And Brigitte Nielsen. Brigitte Nielsen used to be so stunning, and she used to be a real, like, incredible force. Just watching her in movies and on TV. And then, you know, she just went downhill real fast. I think she married Stallone, if I'm not mistaken. She married Stallone, and they had a relationship for a while, and her career went downhill, and then I watched her years later. She was doing this sort of like VH1 reality show with Flavor Flav or something, and I was like, that's not Brigitte Nielsen in it, is it? And I'm like, fuck, it is. Man, that's Brigitte. What the fuck happened to her, man? Like, shit. I always remember movies like Red Sonja, and she's even great in like Beverly Hills Cop 2. She's awesome in that one as well. She's really big and imposing force, man, and I've always really loved her on screen. And man, these were the old school days. Shit, man, Red Sonja, man, that definitely takes me back, dude. And in fact, and of course all of that old school stuff as well. Not half bad, guys. Not half bad at all. Well, pretty decent selection this time around. All right, let's head out. The wonders of a second Walmart, guys. Yes. What wonderful B-movie and horror cheese can we find, man? Every single week is like a treasure chest here. And you always get some really weird shit by far, guys. I always love it here, man. They get some of the most oddest shit, but I'm so happy that they do because we wouldn't find it otherwise, man. It's really great here, honestly. It really is, man. Some stuff where I'm like, huh? I look at some of these top titles and I'm like, this shit gets made? But God bless their hearts that it does, man. Sometimes I give these things a gamble, sometimes I don't, but I love to show them off because they're so unique that I can't help myself, guys. They're really great, dude. And this Walmart always supplies that in a big bad way, man. There was a couple other things that I know came out this week that they don't have here, but sometimes they get in all the stock, sometimes they don't. Maybe we'll see it next week, guys, but still not half bad of a trip here to check out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's head to the next location. All right, everybody, we are at our fourth and final main stop, and that is none other than the Beast, Best Buy, baby. So, you know, I got to admit the past couple of weeks going into Best Buy has been really rough. There has been barely any kind of stock to show off, and I figure there's a big release in Trolls World Tour, and maybe we might find a surprise or two. So why not head back into the Beast and see if they can deliver one more time. All right, everybody, we are in at Best Buy, and the only things I'm seeing is they have Trolls World Tour, the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray Digital Dance Party Edition for $27.99. Now, they don't have it here right now, but if they did, the Blu-ray would be $24.99, but we are now 3 for 3 because they have an only at Walmart exclusive Steelbook edition right here, 4K Blu-ray Digital. Not bad. Look at that. Very cool. I was hoping we would see one more exclusive, and I was hoping, you know, Best Buy is notorious for their exclusive Steelbook action, and I was hoping Trolls would be one of them, and it definitely was. Very nice. Now, as you can see, it's very different from this artwork right here. I actually kind of like both our artworks. They're not bad, but this one is really cool because you got all the Trolls sort of doing their rocker sort of look. Like, they're doing that whole, like, yeah! They're doing that look. Very nice, man. Very, very, very cool. Not a bad Steelbook, man. Very, very colorful, very bright. Definitely catches the eye. And as you can see on the inside here, it's what it looks like on the inside. Not half bad. Pretty damn cool, man. Now, this is the movie that's going to topple the movie theaters? Not exactly, but let me sort of talk about it, guys. So, when the coronavirus happened and it hit, movie theaters closed, as you guys well know. And a lot of movies ended up getting delayed or still delayed to this day. And Trolls was one of those movies that was going to get delayed. Now, Universal Pictures had two options. They could wait and release it when things calm down, whether it's in the fall, winter, or even next year. They could do that. Or they could take option B and put it straight on streaming, which is what they did. And this caused so much of a huge backlash and an issue. It caused a lot of hatred towards Universal Pictures. You had the Movie Picture Association come out and say that they'll never forget this, that they're going to have revenge on Universal. AMC Theater said they would never show another Universal Pictures movie in their theaters ever again. Well, first of all, AMC is hurting really badly, so you don't get to say that, dude. I'm sure whatever Universal hands you, you'll take. I like AMC, but I mean, come on, man. You know, you're hurting badly. You're saying you're never going to show any Universal Pictures? Come on. And there was so much backlash from their handling of this and going straight to streaming. Now, of course, when you go to straight to streaming for a big new release like this, you pay $20 flat fee. And I think you get the rental for 24 to 48 hours, somewhere around there. I'm not quite sure exactly because I've never actually done the new release stuff on streaming yet. But here's the thing, though. even though they took the gamble actually paid off. They made a good chunk of money on Trolls World Tour. And you have to understand that they cut out the movie theaters, because the movie theaters had, you know, their cut with, you know, all the ones in the theater, and of course they get a certain percentage of the money, and so they cut them right out of it. And yeah, they had to give a little bit to some of these streaming stuff, but overall they pocketed most of the money, and they made a good amount. I mean, people were home, they were relaxing with their kids, they needed new entertainment. Trolls World Tour was there, and $20 for the entire family, that's more than you would pay in the movie theater. So was this a success for Universal? I'd like to think it was a success, guys. I really honestly would like to think it was a success for them. I really do. Is this going to be the business model going forward? I don't know if it is going to be the business model from now on. I really don't know, guys, because at the end of the day, I don't think movie theaters are going away anytime soon. I think Trolls World Tour was a gamble. Nobody quite knew how it was going to work, the business model of going straight to streaming, and I think a lot of people saw how well it went, and they released other stuff like Scoob and other movies to streaming with varied amount of success. I'm very curious, has Trolls World Tour started a movement? Are we going to have a lot of movies coming to streaming, and will it be a sort of streaming versus movie theater war? I mean, how is this going to work exactly? And I was very curious of how this was all going to play out with Trolls World Tour, and for the most part, they were successful. Would the movie have made as much money in the box office? I don't know, guys, because I don't know if people were really excited about it, but I think with people being home and with this being available for the kids, I think people were able to enjoy it in the comfort of their own home without any hassles or people coughing or people talking on the phone or anything like that. I think there's an advantage to being at home and watching a movie versus being in the theater. I mean, the theater experience is amazing, but this opened up a lot of possibilities, and the gamble paid off. Universal's gamble of Trolls World Tour paid off. Whether you like it or not, you have to respect that. And I think this is the first domino in a lot of dominoes that are going to happen, guys. I'm very curious as to what you think about this, what you think about the gamble that Universal Pictures made, and do you think this is a trend that's going to continue? Definitely let me know what you guys think about that. Will we get a sequel to Trolls World Tour? I mean, the movie was successful, and now with it hitting on physical, they're going to buy it even more, people that missed out on it on streaming. So I have a feeling Universal is going to make a good amount of bank on Trolls World Tour overall, especially with the gigantic marketing that the Trolls franchise has. I wouldn't doubt it if we saw a third one down the line. I definitely would not doubt it, man. Definitely let me know what you think of that, man. Very, very curious. The movie's good, especially for kids. I don't think it's much for adults, but I do think it's an enjoyable film for kids to definitely watch. The colors and everything are definitely going to keep them interested for sure. You have dance party mode, an exclusive original short, deleted scenes. Not bad. The movie probably looks amazing in 4K. Heck, it would look amazing in original Blu-ray as well. If you have kids, I think it's a gamble worth investing in. I mean, hell, if they have the first movie, and if they have the merchandise, and if they have the holiday DVDs and everything, why not Trolls World Tour? Let's give it a go, guys. And then I thought that was it, guys, but actually not, because we're seeing the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital of Tom Cruise in War of the Worlds for $19.99. Now, I've shown you guys Top Gun, I've shown you guys Days of Thunder, and this is the third 4K that Paramount released among the Tom Cruise catalog. And it's been a while since we've seen War of the Worlds in 4K, man. It's actually been a little bit. And mind you, it's been hard to find these ones. Like, it was easy to find Top Gun, and then Days of Thunder took a really long time. And now we're finally getting to War of the Worlds. I'm glad we finally see it, though, man. Now, see, I'm not gonna lie. Out of the three Tom Cruise movies, Top Gun, Days of Thunder, and War of the Worlds, War of the Worlds is probably my least favorite of the three. I'm not saying I don't hate certain aspects to War of the Worlds. I ended up seeing this movie in the theater with my ma, and my mother mainly wanted to see it because she was an old school fan of the classic War of the Worlds back from, I believe, the 50s, if I'm not mistaken, like the Orson Welles stuff. And that is a great flick. If you guys haven't checked that old school one out, definitely do it. And I was interested just in the updated version of it, Steven Spielberg directing it, Tom Cruise starring in it. I thought it was interesting, and it had the potential to be actually really cool if done right. And basically it's just about sort of this family dynamic, Cruise and his kids, that are trying to escape this alien invasion and trying to escape the aliens themselves, and also some really treacherous human beings at the same time. It's a good science fiction movie, and I don't want to hate on it. The problem that I have with War of the Worlds is that at times the movie gets really annoying. And what I mean by that is the little girl here is extremely annoying. And even my mother was like, this little girl is really annoying, and she is like screaming and crying like 90% of the movie. And I get it, I understand it, it's an alien invasion, a kid would be freaking out. I get all that, guys, but it was really annoying, and it took me out of the movie every time. She's like, when she's literally crying and screaming. And at a certain point, I remember turning to my mother when we were watching in the theater. I'm like, God, this little girl just has to shut up. Like my God, it's really taken me out of the movie, and I'm really getting annoyed by it, man. That being said, the special effects are amazing. Tom Cruise is really great here. He's great at the action, as he always is. I love the design of the aliens and of the alien ships, and there's this really great creepy sequence with Tim Robbins, and the family is sort of held up in this house, and Tim Robbins is sort of helping them out, and you slowly realize that Tim Robbins has lost his mind. Like he's losing his mind, and he's more dangerous than the aliens themselves, and they got to get out of the house. That's a really great sequence. There's another really great sequence where Tom Cruise is trapped inside one of the alien machines, and he's trying to escape one of the alien machines. Like, that's a really great sequence as well. There's a lot of good in this movie, and then there's other things in it that really turn me off. Like at the end of the movie, pardon me for spoiling it, but the teenage son survives, right? So the teenage son survives, and at like halfway before the movie ends, he sort of gets pissed off at Tom Cruise, and he goes his own separate way, and Tom Cruise and his daughter has a whole adventure and get caught several times and almost die. And then at the end of the movie, the teenage boy is like there, like nothing ever happened to him, nothing crazy. He just was able to walk on home with ease. And I call absolute bullshit on that, guys. I'm like, are you kidding me? So nothing happened to this kid? Like nothing at all? Like he just walked off and was able to like take a detour and able to get home in time for supper. Like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, that makes no sense to me. That's absolute bullshit. And it's things like that, things like leaps in logic where I'm like, something must have happened to him, or the little girl screaming her head off, that just took me out of the movie. The movie has a lot of good moments to it, and it's good science fiction, but I don't think the film is perfect, and I think that the Orson Welles version is still the better film, in my honest eyes, guys. It still honestly is. this is still good Spielberg. It's not top Spielberg, and I don't even think it's top Tom Cruise. It's good, decent science fiction. It's good action, but I don't think it's perfect. And I don't think it's going to be remembered. I really don't. Like, there's a lot of great new school science fiction movies that are remembered. War of the Worlds is one that I just don't think is really going to be sort of remembered as one of the better ones. I really don't, guys. It's still decent, and I'm sure the 4K looks amazing here, but I would probably kind of pass on it, honestly, guys. I mean, if you like the movie, fair enough, but it never really did anything for me, unfortunately. It's a shame, because I really like Tom Cruise and Steven Spielberg, and them working together, especially in something like Minority Report, which Minority Report was fantastic. But where Minority Report had a really good story, intriguing characters, a good plot, great effects, and a great sort of science fiction angle, War of the Worlds, not so much. Not sure whether you guys agree with me or disagree with me, but definitely let me know, man. You get here a lot of features, man. The 4K and the Blu-ray, which has all these wonderful special features. Not half bad. I'm damn glad we finally actually got to see this. It's been a while. I was thinking we was never going to see the 4K of War of the Worlds, man. So finally, all three of the Tom Cruise ones, I finally shown off. Thank God. It took me a while, guys, but finally did it. Not half bad. Oh, and by the way, somebody came by and actually put out more of the Blu-ray, DVD, digital copies of Trolls World Tour. So they do have more copies of that as well in stock. Thank God. And then one more thing before I let you guys go from here at Best Buy. This guy, literally, when he brought over Trolls World Tour, the Blu-ray, DVD, more of them, he also brought out the Blu-ray of Blood Money for $12.99. Now, this is one of the indie titles that came out this week. I was hoping we'd actually see it over at Walmart, but unfortunately we never got to. Damn glad to see it here over at Best Buy. Not bad. He just randomly came in here with stock. I'm like, okay, I thought you guys would be finished stocking the shelves already, but, well, lucky me for coming when I did. So, I watched this movie on Amazon Prime, right? And I wanted to watch it because of Tom Berenger. Dude, I love Tom Berenger. I really do. I mean, old school Tom Berenger. Like things like Major League, The Big Chill, and even like they have like Sniper Assassin's End here. Like the original like couple of Sniper films I really enjoy as well. So Tom Berenger, man, I really like the dude. I think he's one of those sort of grizzled, hard-ass actors that I've really enjoyed, man. And I don't think he's often gets his due. I really don't. People talk about a lot of sort of grizzled, hard-ass actors like Harrison Ford or Mel Gibson, but Tom Berenger usually is not in the conversation, and I think he should be, man. I think he's really good, dude. Fight for Survival. Very nice. Now, basically, this movie is about a retired veteran played by Tom Berenger, and he sort of hunts in these backwoods in northern Maine, and he's sort of down and out in his life. He has cancer, and he's estranged from his family, and he's just had a rough life and not very pleasant. And one day he goes hunting, and he ends up accidentally killing this woman. And there's this huge bag of money that's with her, and he decides, well, first of all, he feels really bad about killing the chick, obviously, but he sees the money and he sees an opportunity for himself, and he takes it, not knowing that there's other people who are very interested to get their money back. And it's basically him trying to survive and take out these people before they take out him. And it's, as it says, a fight for survival. I really did enjoy this movie. I thought it was good. I think Tom Berenger is excellent in this film, of a man who is lost in his life, and a man who frankly has nowhere to turn, and somebody who sees a chance in some way to redeem himself, and all the complications that kind of go with that, being hunted by these murderers who want their money back. And like I said, I think Tom Berenger does a really great acting job here. The action here is good, but it's not great. And I think the problem with the action here, at least that I had while watching it, was that Tom Berenger is really fucking old, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Dude's getting up there in age, okay? And there's moments in this film where he's running away from the bad guys, or he's sort of tackling them and getting the upper hand, and I'm thinking to myself, dude, you'd break a hip, bro. Like I'm not sitting here being mean, dude, but he'd break a hip, dude. He'd break a hip. He'd probably fall flat on his ass like so many times, man. And he kind of does, but like there's guys that are shooting at him, very younger people, like 20, 30 years younger than him, and they can't hit the broadside of a barn. Like, and he's going slow. He's not even jogging. He's like kind of power walking, if power walking was at 5 miles an hour. You know what I mean? Like that's what he was. And I'm like, they can't hit the broadside of a barn. This guy would basically be dead in a heartbeat. But I guess they explain it away because he's a veteran and he's a former soldier, and he sort of has tricks up his sleeve that they don't, and they kind of get away with it. But the action stumbles a bit. The plot is kind of a little slow at times. The movie meanders a little bit because the action stuff really doesn't happen until the back half of the movie. The first half of the movie is getting to know him, getting to know the situations with these other characters that he's involved with, going to AA meetings and everything like that. So the first half is a little bit of a slog to get through, but the back half is a little bit more exciting, if just a little bit unrealistic in the fact that this guy ain't gonna get the upper hand on nobody, man. So it's good. I enjoyed it for Tom Berenger, man, because if you like Tom Berenger, I think he's really good in here. He's very dramatic. He handles the action. Look, he's gonna handle the action as best as he can. Look, the dude ain't no spring chicken, okay? This is not the old school sniper days. You know, this ain't the old school like war movie days that he did back in the day, dude. It's not, man. And I get it. He does as good of a job as he can, and I think he's still effective to a certain degree. And it was just great to see Tom Berenger keep on doing what he's doing, man. When so many actors have kind of given up, Tom Berenger is still going strong, and I really appreciate that, man. So, is the movie perfect? No, but I think it's still worth it if you're a fan of the man. And I am. So I definitely wanted to give it a look for sure. Not half bad on this one, guys. You do get surviving blood and money behind the scenes interviews with filmmakers and Tom Berenger. It's all you really get. But again, guys, give it a look. It's sort of like the old angry guy fighting for his life type of movie. We've seen it plenty of times before. This is nothing new, but Tom Berenger's a badass. So, you know, I give him a little bit of a break. Not half bad, man. So, Blood and Money. I'm actually surprised to see this. I was not expecting to see it this week, especially when we didn't see it at Walmart. So I was like, oh, I guess we're shit out of luck. But there you go, man. Really great seeing that. Seeing Trolls World Tour with the great and awesome exclusive steelbook. And, of course, the 4K of War of the Worlds. I thought we were only going to see this, and at first, that's what I saw. But nice surprises. Not half bad, guys. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. Good to finally see some stuff at Best Buy. All right, let's head out. Oh, the beast delivered. Oh, yeah, baby. I knew I could say it eventually that the beast delivered. Ah, it feels good. Now, some of you are saying, well, Seth, this is not the normal Best Buy you usually go to, and you'd be right. But here's the deal, guys. Honestly, I did go to the normal Best Buy that I usually go to, and when I went in there, they had nothing. They had no trolls whatsoever. No 4K, Blu-ray, Steelbook, nothing. They had nothing new to show off. Basically, whatever I showed you guys last week is what they still have this week. Nothing's changed whatsoever. Now, somebody that I know says, well, look, some of the warehouses, it's still tough to get stock in, and some of them are still having issues with coronavirus, and some of the phases are not in line with some of the stores. All of this stuff is happening, guys. But honestly, I thought, well, if one Best Buy doesn't have something, maybe go into the other. And like I said, this is not the normal Best Buy I usually go to. There's employees that are kind of looking at me like, who the hell is this guy? But I was still able to show off the releases, and I'm happy that they still have stuff to show off, more than at least the other place. Thankfully, I have two Best Buys in my area, so if one doesn't work out, hopefully the other does, and it definitely did in a big bad way, guys. So I'm definitely thankful for this Walmart to come through. Thank God, man. Hope you enjoyed it. Some of the interesting variety here, a few surprises that I was not expecting. Damn glad, guys. Alright, let's head home and finish the video. Alright, everybody. That'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week. And, you know, this week was a really great surprise. It actually kind of felt like an old school out and about week. You know, going to Walmart, going to Target, Best Buy. Okay, back in the day I wasn't going to two Walmarts, but you guys get the idea, man. And if you really think about it, all the places that we went to, every single store, we all saw something that we didn't see at another store. So it was actually really cool to see that kind of variety and to see the differences between all the stores and seeing something at each place that was unique and interesting that we didn't get to see anywhere else. That hasn't happened for a long while either, so that was really cool. On top of that, seeing 3 exclusives at all 3 of the major retailers, that's something we haven't seen in a long while either. I mean, it was actually really refreshing to see the physical media really being on display this week and really being quite unique and interesting. You know, is this like a week where we can look at and say, oh my God, this is the be all end all week, and it really lifts us up for physical media and really says that we're back, baby? And no, of course it doesn't. But at the same time, like, there was really great physical media to check out this week. And that just goes to prove that if these stores stock the shelves, and if you go looking in the right places, you're going to find some unique and very fascinating titles out there to check out. And I think that, you know what, look, the past 3 weeks, maybe a month, has been really rough for physical media, dude. It has been really tough. And I think, you know, for a lot of us, we just felt like we were hitting our heads on a dead end, and that in some ways we're kind of in a rut. And I think this week really proved that I think going forward, you can have really great physical media weeks where you put out some unique boutique labels, you have a big release or two, and you can make it a very worthy physical media week for collectors out there. You just have to put in the effort, and it just made me very hopeful. It's not a great physical media week, but it was one where I felt like, you know, it was a steady week for physical media. And for me, after a lot of the uncertainty that I've seen in the market, it was definitely a welcome one, for sure, man. I don't know what you guys think, but I thought it was plentiful all around, seeing some really interesting and unique titles out there, new releases, exclusive, boutique label stuff. A lot of interesting things to check out, man. Hopefully you picked up something good. If you did, definitely let me know. As far as I'm concerned, well, for the beginning of July, I picked up one package in the mail, and ooh, it is none other than Vinegar Syndrome, baby. Oh yeah, oh my god, oh, I love my Vincent, baby. And this is no exception. Now, technically, this package was supposed to get to me last month. However, look, when they did the halfway to Black Friday sale, they got so many orders in and so many things to ship out, and I kind of knew it was going to take a little bit longer than normal. Frankly, I was alright with that. I got a lot of things to watch anyway, so this is going to be a little bit on the back burner. But if I gotta wait a little bit while longer, look, Vinegar Syndrome is worth it. So I'm glad that I got this package finally in the mail. And a big package indeed it is, because I picked up not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 titles from the Halfway to Black Friday Vinegar Syndrome sale. It was a damn good haul and a worthy one for me, man. Now, what is in this package? Well, you've got some 80s motorbike action. You have got some nunsploitation. You have some B-movie sci-fi sequel goodness. A PG femme fatale action flick with a hell of a lot of nudity in it. And a very weird and wacky horror anthology. Yeah, I picked up some really unique stuff this time around, guys. Some collector's editions, out of print stuff during this sale. Some stuff that I was waiting on a good price and finally pulled the trigger on it. A lot of really interesting stuff for sure, guys. Oh, I love my Vincent, and I took advantage of it in a big, bad way. But you guys will not get to find out exactly what I picked up until my Blu-ray Pickles video, which will drop next month. It'll show off all of the titles that I got for the month of July, and I'm kind of tracking what I'm going to be getting in July, and along with this great Vinegar Syndrome package, I'm getting a lot of rare movies, out of print titles, really weird B-movie cheese. The stuff I pick up is always weird and wacky and out there, but it's a lot of unique and interesting stuff, and July is no exception, guys. It's going to be some really interesting stuff to check out, so definitely stay tuned to that one. And I will also say that in a couple weeks' time, you will be seeing the June pickup video, so definitely stay tuned to that one. And if I can get it done, and I'm really trying my hardest, guys, there is a video that I did with my mother that is almost a year in the making, and it's this fantastic video going to this comedy museum that my mother and I experienced, and this place is so amazing and wonderful and nostalgic and has so much really fantastic just little tidbits about movies and television and the world of comedy, and it was so magnificent and wonderful going into this place. And when I did it with my mother, we were so fascinated by this place, and then so many things sort of hit and so many things happened, and things got put on the back burner, and a video that I wanted to get out last year turned into a video that got pushed back to the middle of this year. I have been trying my hardest to edit this thing and to, get the music just right and get the editing just right and just do it in a way that shows off the wonders and just everything that we saw and just encapsulates it in a really wonderful video. It's taken me a really long time to sort of make it as magical as I possibly can, and to really do it justice. And it's been a video that I've been trying to get out there for a long time, and I'm finally so close to getting it done, guys. I am so excited about this video. Getting a video to show you this wonderful museum full of the artifacts that I was able to find in this. And not only that, but spend quality time with my mother as well. It's a fantastic video. It's really wonderful. And if I can get it done, fingers crossed, you guys will see it this weekend. I'm hoping beyond hope that I get to do that, guys. It is absolutely fantastic, and I think you guys are really going to love it. Let's hope I get it done, man, because trust me, you are going to love the wonders of a comedy museum. And before I let you guys go, I want to talk about a couple of quick things. Now, I recently posted some news on the community tab. Now, if you didn't look at the community tab, don't worry, sometimes it passes you guys by. But it was something that I was really immensely proud of. And I wanted to share it with you guys. And, you know, I've been going out of my way for almost a year now to contact a lot of these companies and trying to see if maybe they're willing to send me review copies of films and see if they're willing to give me a chance on doing that. And I've contacted a lot of these companies, man. Vinegar Syndrome, Severin, Criterion, the big major studios, a lot of the stuff overseas, Dark Forest Entertainment, Warner Archive Collection, a lot of these places, man. I've been trying my hardest, and sometimes you get a little bit of nibbles here and there, and other times they flat out refuse you and say no. A lot of times it's been very disheartening. It's been times where you felt like you just want to give up, man. And, you know, on Monday morning, I got a really great email, and I had been kind of sending emails back and forth with this company. And they finally decided to give me a chance, and I'm super excited about them giving me a chance, and that is Second Sight Films. I am so happy and honored that Second Sight Films has given me a chance to review their releases that are coming up, and for them to give a small YouTuber a chance. Now, if you've never heard of Second Sight Films, they're based in the UK. They're a really great boutique label company. They've done a lot of sci-fi B movies. They've done a lot of big budget releases. Of course, they're going to be doing a lot of major stuff coming up this fall. If you guys know one of their huge releases coming up in the fall, it will be the mega Dawn of the Dead set, which is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I've already got that sucker pre-ordered. So, yes, they've done a lot of really wonderful stuff. And as I said, I was kind of going back and forth with them constantly. You know, talking about myself and them sort of, being interested and asking me questions and back and forth. And I'm so happy that they decided to give me an opportunity, man. Look, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I am a small YouTuber. I'm not the most well-known YouTuber in this community. I am not the biggest by far. And, look, it's been very tough trying to get these people to take me seriously and trying to let them give me a chance. And, look, I get it. I understand it. I do. And a lot of times I've kind of felt like, what's the harm in giving me an opportunity and a chance? And at other times I felt like, well, they're a big company and they don't want to, a guy that has only 2,000 some odd subscribers, why should we even bother with this guy? It's been a tough road. It honestly has. And I don't know if I could have done this without you guys. I really don't know if I could have. You guys, the fact that you subscribe and you support the channel and you watch the videos, I'm able to go to these companies and I'm able to say, hey, look, by the way, I have a loyal following for these videos. People want to watch them. My subscriber count is going up. People are interested in what I do. And I think it gives these companies a chance to say, okay, we'll give you this opportunity. You have a fan base and a loyal following that wants to know about these releases, that has a hunger for physical media. So it's as much you guys as it is me. And this is a win not only for the channel, but it's a win for you guys, for physical media lovers out there, to get a chance to look at these releases and maybe opens the door for other companies who might be interested in sort of giving me a chance. And I just was really blown away by that, and I just sort of did a little bit of a happy dance, but I credit it to a lot of hard work that is not only from me, but so much from you guys. And I can't thank you enough. I really honestly can't thank you. So thank you so much. And I look forward to reviewing their releases, hopefully coming up very soon and all throughout the future. And hopefully this is just the start of so many wonderful things coming up, guys. Let's hope, because I love doing this, and the more positivity that can come my way, it just makes me want to keep on doing this, and it makes it feel more worthy of all the effort that I've really put into it. So I can't thank you guys enough. And last, but certainly not least, is actually something for you guys. So when I was starting the whole Film Fan 108 social media world, doing the Twitter stuff, setting up Instagram, making the Film Fan 108 Facebook page, I thought about what was a really good way to connect with you guys, but yet have a really great, wonderful place for movie lovers of all kinds, of all ages, to get together with one another and share their passion. And so I decided to create a Facebook movie group. And it's something that I've wanted to do for a while, and I've had it going for a little bit now. And it's the Film Fan Nation movie group. You can just, look under movie groups and type in Film Fan Nation, and it will be there. And I wanted to do that because I've seen a lot of really great movie groups out there, and I'm a part of a lot of them, man. And I thought I wanted to go out of my way to make a movie group for a lot of people out there. It doesn't matter whether you love horror or action or sci-fi or romance movies, comedies, weird B-movie cheese, or big blockbusters. It doesn't matter. You're a movie lover. You have a passion. And I wanted this Film Fan Nation group to really express all the genres, all the love of movies. It doesn't matter whether you're young or old. The fact that you share that same passion, and to connect with other people around the world. And it's a way for me to connect with you guys as well. I mean, look, I rarely post on that group. Yes, it's a group that I moderate, and yes, it's a group that I created, but I kind of felt it was more important for you guys out there as a platform for movie lovers and movie aficionados to come together. I thought that was really the most important thing about it. So I just wanted to put it out there for you guys. If you're on Facebook and you're interested in movie groups and connecting with other people and sharing your love, it doesn't matter whether you're posting trailers, it doesn't matter whether you're, posting YouTube videos, or, putting up an article on a movie, or, talking about film, or asking a question, or doing a poll, getting into a discussion. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that you're willing to have that appreciation and that love for all things movies. And it's that great sort of community mentality that I've always really championed for movie lovers in general. And it's a group that I really hope thrives, I really hope grows. And so give that a look. If you're interested and want to give it a go, you're more than welcome. It's a movie loving community. I don't judge you. I don't judge anyone. Everybody is welcome. You know, young, old, male, female, you know, gay, straight, you know, doesn't matter. Black, white, everybody is welcome. It's a great place to just talk about movies and just, you know, jive with one another. And so give it a go if you want. It's mainly for you. It's definitely not for me. I just wanted to create something that brings everybody together. So if you're interested, give it a go, guys. I think it's pretty well worth it, and I just wanted to kind of, you know, give you guys an outlet to, you know, to just speak your mind on movies. So, you know, if you're interested, definitely give it a go. And if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray and DVD Tuesday videos I do. Check out the movie hunting videos. Check out the Blu-ray pickup. Check out the movie reviews I do with my friends. Plus much more. If you are interested in movies and physical media, hit subscribe and become a part of the Film Fan Nation. I want to thank you guys so much. Really, you guys, the Film Fan Nation group. I so love you guys so much. And you have went out of your way to prop the channel up, give me great comments, subscribe, you know, ring the bell for the notifications, you know, and spread the love of the Film Fan 108 world. And I can't thank you enough. Like I said, it's people like you out there that really is why I say that I have some of the best subscribers on YouTube, because you guys are beyond phenomenal, and I love connecting with you guys so much. You guys are truly one of the hearts of the channel, and I definitely couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much. So if you love how I talk about movies and physical media, hit subscribe and keep up to date with everything I'm doing through Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. FilmFan108. Keep up to date with everything I'm doing, plus special pictures and videos I do from time to time on social media as well. Alright guys, this was a pretty damn good week for physical media overall, dare I say. And I'm hoping this train continues, but we'll see what happens next week. And I will be there to see you. Take care everybody, and happy hunting.